Hi guys. Um, Remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel to follow up with all that I have to say. Um, I am grateful to those of you who want to follow um, the um, the work and the efforts that are being made to to effect a change. Today, I am thinking of um, hitting on a couple of points that plays a very important role um, in the perception of the continent of Africa, um, south of the Sahara. The the focus being on the dark-skinned populated regions. In my earlier excerpts, I have taken out some subjects, amongst which corruption, it's been a focus, and I still want to keep stressing on this, that with respect to the level of suffering that we see every day relating to what I refer to as the voiceless people in dark skinned populated regions of Sub-Saharan Africa. um, I just think that um, it's not even enough, and that more impetus has to be put in here to be able to get the message across. I do not understand why people who are born into a society rich, blessed with resources that can benefit each and every one, has to be left behind, whilst a few with access to this or to these resources keep misusing it for their own benefits. I can't help but to always try and bring this to the forefront as to whether some people even care. I think it's been something that's been going on for so long that people have more or less been immune to it, both in the societies, in the the respective African countries and those abroad. This thing has been going on for so long that it has been acceptable by the societies down in Sub-Saharan Africa. I was reading the other day, because as I'm speaking right now, there is an impending presidential parliamentarian elections supposed to be happening in Ghana, my birth country, and there's so much turmoil going on. Seems to be that for many years there's a concentration of two major parties struggling for power, and as much as some of the things that have been going on of late is abominable, and that change is needed, I am not that convinced and relaxed about the fact that the opposition party that is struggling to come in is going to do anything better. Maybe because it is actually common knowledge that they are indeed pointing out some of the the lapses from the incumbent government, and that the promises of wanting to make a drastic change has been noticed. But whether it is actually going to be implemented, all those ideas that they have, is another question. I was reading, because there's been back and forth, finger pointings and accusations on each other from each other's camps, and I was in fact a little angry, to say the least, of a comment that I heard. There is apparently a non-profit organization that has been set up in Ghana to sort of monitor the the administration of the finances of the state. It's been some sort of a watchdog, and they have often been questioning some of the decisions made by the government, and some of the government's or the implementation of the government's ideas and that sort of thing. They apparently have outlined a fact that has been plaguing the Ghanaian society for so long. There is apparently a businessman down in Ghana who supposedly has been handed a huge sum of money for a contract that is being disputed, and that for so many years they seem to want to get this money back, or get the businessman to pay the money back. And it's been going on and on and on, and apparently the opposition party is accusing the current government party of harboring and protecting this businessman, because according to the opposition and many others in the country, this man sort of was paid the money in an allegedly dubious fashion. The opposition party that is struggling to come into power has been doing everything they can to try to get this man through the court of law to pay back this money. Now it happens to be that there is another scandal in the works involving a total amount of, if I remember right, 35 million Ghanaian cedis, or is it $35 million? I don't know, but something to this effect. So much amount of money apparently has been contracted to this same individual whose position on the acquisition of that amount, that 51 million from before, is the same that apparently the government has contracted. It has also been known or purported that he is a financier to the current sitting government. So knowing the sort of political game that is played down in sub-Saharan African countries, they go after each other and try to sort of demonize the other in order to gain power. So this watchdog organization is trying to question this supposedly new contract given to the same man. And then, to my biggest surprise, there is a prominent figure in society who has come out to sort of make a comment relating to the conclusion by this watchdog, by saying that this individual businessman, this man in question should have the right to chop, CHOP, which in local terms means spend or use on yourself, chop, saying that this individual businessman also has the right to chop. In other words, he's condoning and abating the fact that this individual has the right to also spend some of the money if the rest are also spending it. It just surprises me that it has become an acceptable thing, which I've mentioned in the past, that it is okay. How can it be okay? How on earth can it be okay that anybody, any individual, be it influential or not, should think that they have the right or take upon themselves the rights to access the coffers of the state on themselves? I just do not understand how that is possible. And therefore, I think that we should even take this more seriously. I am appealing and pleading with you, anyone who's watching, and I believe that in the interest of morality and on the thinking of wanting to create some sort of fairness for the defenseless people, come on board and help do something and shout out from wherever you are, you being in whatever country, relating to whatever denomination in religious terms, come on board, make your voice heard and do something. It is not acceptable. It is not acceptable. And again, this is not only happening. I mean, this example that I've just quoted or cited is not only happening in Ghana. It's happening every single day in other Sub-Saharan African countries. It is like, as I've mentioned before, it is like the way and access to funds and to riches and money is through politics. So if you want to get rich, if you want success in life, get into politics. Get into politics, do whatever you can, buy your way around, and there you go. Access to money. And they know very well that there is no form of accountability. Nobody's going to come after them demanding accountability. So, please, you out there, make your voices heard. Help me. Help me get this information out so that we can sort of make a difference to the lives of the very, 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 very poor and defenseless, voiceless people. It has gone on for far too long, and it's about time that something is done. Follow me on YouTube and subscribe for more. Look out for my book, Africa Doomed? That is actually a question worth thinking about. Thank you for this time and keep watching.